Hello and welcome back to part 11 of modelling a Mustang on Fusion 360. So in the last episode I finally finished adding all the features to the first wheel, and in this episode I'm going to be showing how you can move the wheel, well, kind of pattern the wheel across to cover the front wheel and mirror them across for the opposite side of the car. This lesson, this episode is going to have a lot of kind of lessons in it. I made a lot of mistakes. So, first mistake is when you say you've created the rear wheel, like I have. I've created the rear right wheel, and now what I want to do is create a second wheel that's identical for the front right wheel. So instantly I've gone into the pattern tool, and at the time this was a tool I used a lot, so I just assumed I'd do it this way, and I now know that the move/copy tool is a way better tool to use. But I thought I'd show this anyway. I've cut out about 7 minutes of wasted time in this video, so it's cut down anyway. But even this, what I'm doing now is well, it's the wrong way to go about it. So it's what I'm trying to do while I'm frantically clicking on screen is I want to be able to pattern the wheel across in 2 directions. So usually when you click a line, you get an arrow to the right like that on the axis you've clicked on, and then one perpendicular to it. And in this case, it was actually going like away from my point of view. It wasn't going right and up, it was going right and away from my screen, but I couldn't see that, so here I am trying to click up and get it to work. But as I was saying, this is just the wrong way to go about it. So it's just gonna cause me more and more issues the more I try this. At this point in time, I just wasn't really big on the move tool. Like, I'd used it, but I didn't really understand its full capabilities. So whenever I wanted to duplicate something and it was like near it, I would pattern it. And I now know, if you're like, unless you need a pattern of wheels, then it's stupid. But you see why I was having the problem when I turned this canvas back on. So as I drag the wheel across, you can see it's actually sitting higher than the than the wheel on the image, and I want to drag it down as well. I mean, even if I'd have just clicked OK now and then moved it, I would have fixed it, but instead I was trying to get it perfectly accurate. So yeah, it was watching back this video frustrated me how kind of ridiculously I was going about it. So in this video, in about 20 or so seconds, I'm going to actually cut to a video I've just created today, just to explain how I was trying to do it, like the actual way I was trying to do it, and the proper way you should do it. So I'll be on screen in about 3 seconds. So here we go. Right, I've just drawn a blank square, a blank rectangle, and I'm just going to extrude it into like a cuboid, or so any distance. I'm not looking for a particular measurement, but just picture this. Think of this cube as the wheel I'm trying to move to the front. So the way I've been going about it is like this. I go to rectangular pattern, and I then select bodies instead of faces. And what I was trying to do is, by clicking the direction, you'll see I have 2 arrows there, one to the right and one that goes vertically up, and for some reason it wasn't happening in my other model. So what I was actually trying to do is create these. So I'll move these cubes across a sec. So spread them out a bit more. Now if you look closely, in the center of the 3 new cubes, there are little tick boxes. Well, if you tick those boxes, it actually turns off the cubes. So you can do a rectangular pattern, but you'll see in a moment. So sometimes they're a bit awkward to click at, which frustrates me. But there you go. See how I turn that one off? And then here I am turning the second one off. A bit frustrating, but there we go. So that's what I was trying to do in the other video, in the actual car thing, but it wasn't very successful. So I'll just show you a few clips of what was actually happening in the 7 minutes I cut out. So that, a bit of that, yeah, pretty ridiculous. Some more there. It was just driving me mad. Yeah, some more there, and finally this. So if I go back, so we're back with 1 cube. So if you click on it, click on the cube, and then you right click, move stroke copy, then you can drag it across. First thing I should do is it's actually selected to faces at the moment, so I click up there and change that to bodies. So I click on the cube again. Actually I need to make sure I've got the select tool activated. So now I've got the tool, and at the bottom, see that tick box? Create copy. That's what you want to do. Now I can drag this cube wherever I want, and I've created a copy, and that's a much quicker way of doing it. So in total I think I took about 12 minutes patterning and just going insane basically. So yeah, whereas in this video, as you can see, by doing it that way, it takes you what, maybe 10-15 seconds. So yeah, save yourself some time and be happy like this little guy that I'm quickly just chucking together on screen. But yeah, so use the move copy tool when you're creating that second wheel. If you don't tick the copy box, it'll move the original cube, but you won't have the cube in the first position, so you only have it in the second position. So make sure to click the copy. But in this video, we're back to what I was doing. This time I've got to a point where I feel happy enough with it. I've kind of solved it. Well, I haven't solved it. I should do it the move copy tool, but I figured out a way to do it. And so I just decided to move it until it was like vertically aligned. Then clicking OK. And moving that one down. And that's basically it. You encounter a few problems with it, but I thought it would be better to show you the way I've done it today rather than show you the 7 minutes of just failures. I mean, you're welcome to watch them, but they're not educational at all, and you'll just think I've gone mental. So we'll leave that out. So even here, I've just noticed I'm moving both wheels at the same time, and that's because I selected the body, whereas if I'd have selected the component in this tree on the left, I wouldn't have got that problem. So there we go. Turn the canvas off, put the body on, and there's 2 wheels. 2 wheels with their cutouts. So what I want to do now is I want to mirror the arches, the wheel arches that have been cut out. I've just when you move something, sometimes you get this. click capture position if everything is exactly how you want it. If you click continue, it'll revert it back, so it'll move that wheel to before I moved it, and so it'll be in the wrong place. So if everything's right on screen, capture position. Yeah, so what I want to do now is mirror the wheel arch cutouts and the wheels across to the other side. So what you should do is click features, find the cut for the wheel arches, then mirror and use that central plane that divides it, and do the exact same for the wheels except click components. There we go. Select those two components, then select the plane in the middle, and there we are. Click OK. Mirrored across. Anyway, I know this was a short video, but I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.